What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Once again, the Los Angeles Lakers, when they are facing a team that is an actual team, we know the final result. We already knew going into tonight's game that barring serious injury, the Lakers were going to lose. And what happened, folks? They lost. Despite the best efforts of the officials trying to manipulate the game late in the third, going to the fourth quarter, it wasn't enough as the Los Angeles Lakers failed once again to beat a team over 500 that has a pulse and is not decimated by injuries. Final score: Clippers 116, Lakers 102. Clippers improved to 24-17. I believe they have won. I think it's now 5 games in a row. If someone get equipment from wrong on that, I think it's 5 games in a row. They're now 15-6 at home. Lakers fall to 22-18, and they're now 8-12 on the road. As far as the Clippers are concerned, Kawhi Leonard in 24 minutes of play had 19 points, 9-13 shooting, 1 of 3 from downtown. He had 1 rebound, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Ivica Zubac, who may be having the best year of his career, I think he is having the best year of his career, finished with 21 points, 19 rebounds, 8 offensive boards, 3 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. James Harden in 40 minutes of play, 21 points, 7 of 19 shooting, but he was 4 of 9 from downtown. He had 4 rebounds and 12 assists. And Norman Powell, Mr. Efficiency, 22 points, 9 of 17 overall from the floor. For the Los Angeles Lakers, you would think Anthony Davis would take the most shots earlier on in the season when they were having some success. Anthony Davis was dominating his team in usage. But as we have seen lately, Ramon James has taken more and more shots. And as a consequence, his numbers have improved, absolutely, but the Lakers' winning percentage has slipped. I said before that Anthony Davis, when he scores 30 points or more for the Lakers, they have something like a 68% win percentage as a team. But Anthony Davis only took 14 shots, finished with 16 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks. Excuse me. Ramon James, 25 points, but he took 20 shots to get those 25 points. Had 11 assists, but he also committed 5 turnovers, plus minus -3. So that will go further lower than it already was. I think it was like -143 on the year. So that goes further in the toilet for Ramon James and the Fakers. So once again, the Lakers lose when they play an actual team. So let's go to JJ Redneck. Mr. Redneck, you were hired because you were supposed to be infinitely better than the prior coach, who was Darvin Ham. But so far we see that you ain't no better than Darvin Ham. As a matter of fact, you're worse, because I vividly recall Darvin Ham's team actually beating teams that actually had pulses. We all vividly recall, even though Ramon James and Anthony Davis conspired to have Darvin Ham lose the game, Darvin Ham went into Boston last year and beat that ass with role players. You know what I'm saying? JJ Redneck cannot do that, despite, you know what I'm saying, his so-called intricate offense, despite the, you know what I'm saying, the advanced, never before seen, you know what I'm saying, strategically at its finest offense that he promised to bring to the Fakers this year. Unfortunately, things haven't worked for him. And once again, I might add, where is the mainstream media being critical of JJ Redneck? Because we heard them mention Darvin Ham's name last year as potentially being on the hot spot, on the hot seat, and on the hot spot, I guess, too, as the season progressed. But why does JJ Redneck get this protection from the media? It seems like the media is protecting him and not doing their job and being objective in their critiques and saying, hey, you were hired because supposedly this is supposed to be a championship roster. Now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, you fire one guy because they didn't go to the championship round. But with this guy, now all of a sudden the expectations are, well, you know, if they don't make the playoffs or play in, then, you know, there's always next year. What the hell is that? But then you trade players because supposedly they're not getting it done, and you're supposed to have a championship roster. But whenever it comes to JJ Redneck, all of a sudden expectations get tampered lower. I mean, what is that? You tell me what that is. Y'all tell me what that is, because I'm struggling to figure out what that is. I mean, JJ Redick's, you know what I'm saying, trigonometric trickery is being exposed. I thought he was supposed to be the greatest mind since Einstein. What are we saying here? Why can't the Lakers beat a good team? Will we see on First Take them talking about the Lakers losing to the Clippers? Hell no. If they had won, it'd be a segment. But we all know what's going to happen. They're going to ignore this game. This is what's going to happen. They're going to talk about Lamar Jackson tomorrow on First Take. Okay? They're going to make it Lamar Jackson's fault that the Ravens got eliminated. They're going to ignore the tight end for obvious reasons. And they're going to blame Lamar Jackson and say that, you know what I'm saying, he's not getting it done. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the more comfortable target. I get it. He's a star. Stars should get most of the blame. Okay? But I just wish they, like I said before, I wish ESPN would keep that energy with everybody. Because this star, this falling star on the right, you know what I'm saying? Why are the Lakers getting so much attention? They're not winning. They're not beating anybody. I just want to know, honestly, y'all, seriously, why can't they beat a good team? I mean, this is the most fraudulent run I've ever seen of any NBA player in my life. I mean, honestly, like, this is sad. They have the refs in their pocket every fucking year. Right? The mainstream media openly campaigning to improve this team's roster after they inevitably underachieved the first half of the season, which is always somebody else's fault, according to the media and his wicked-ass fan base. And yet they still can't get to an NBA Finals. Outside that weak-ass bubble year where a lot of people didn't even play in the goddamn bubble. And they had a 4-month break in the season. I mean, that shit don't count, man. Why is JJ Redneck, why is he not on the hot seat, ladies and gentlemen? That's what I want to know. Someone explain to me why there was more expectations for Mike Brown than JJ Redneck. I don't understand it. You know? I mean, I understand it. I know why it is. I know that he's LeBron James' pick. So therefore, they can't blame JJ Redneck, because they blame JJ Redneck, by extension, they're blaming LeBron James. And by him being so sensitive to criticism because he's a child, they're not going to do that. So they're going to blame everybody else. Even if they got to blame the goddamn ball boy on Lakers' problems, they're going to do that. But I mean, look, man, the guy, he ain't coming down there, he ain't mopping the floor correctly. You know what I'm saying? And statistics been shown, analytics show that when the floor is not being properly mopped in that spot, it affects LeBron James and other Lakers' field goal percentage. You see? see that well, the floor is probably mopped in that vicinity right there. The jump shots tend to go in more because the player feel more comfortable. The shoes slick off the ground at an angle that's much more relatable to the release of the shot when the shot, when the floor is clean. So the ball boy right there, I gotta tell you, man, I think I gotta let him go. Fuck out of here, man. Anyway, Lakers lose again. So look, if you're a Raven fan or a Lions fan, if your team lost, I know it hurts, but hey, keep in mind the Lakers lost, so that should make you feel a little bit better. Anyway, that's all I got to say about it. What you guys think?